If your days feel like a constant battle, stress, exhaustion, and feeling stuck, you're not alone. But the difference between those who thrive and those who stay stuck comes down to a few simple rules. Follow them, and you'll unlock success and a better life. Ignore them, you'll stay in the same cycle, wondering why nothing ever changes. Rule 1, master your mindset. Your mind is the battlefield where success or failure is decided. Every day you are faced with challenges, doubts, and fears. But here's the truth. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you fill your mind with negativity, you will live a negative life. If you cultivate a mindset of growth, discipline, and resilience, success will follow. The key, take control of your inner dialogue. The power of definiteness of purpose and autosuggestion is crucial in shaping one's destiny. Your mind is constantly talking to you. What is it saying? Are you feeding it doubts or empowering it with solutions? Stop saying, I can't, and start saying, how can I? The words you speak to yourself matter. Replace excuses with execution. Instead of saying, I don't have time, prioritize. Instead of saying, I am not good enough, improve. Instead of saying, I will start tomorrow, start now. Many of the most successful individuals, like Henry Ford and Andrew Carnegie, attributed their success to a firm belief in their own ability. Every excuse you eliminate brings you one step closer to success. Challenge your limiting beliefs. The greatest achievers in history didn't have special privileges. They mastered their minds. Consider the story of Edwin C. Barnes. In the early 1900s, he had one goal, to work with Thomas Edison. He had no money, no connections, and no formal education, yet he refused to accept defeat. Barnes did not ask whether success was possible. He decided it was inevitable. He took a train to Edison's office, presented himself as a business partner, and though Edison initially rejected him, Barnes refused to quit. He worked menial jobs at Edison's company for years, waiting for an opportunity. When the time came, he seized it, becoming a key distributor for Edison's dictating machine and eventually a wealthy man. He saw an opportunity where others saw rejection. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He created them. He did not wait for motivation. He acted despite his fears. Success is a mental game first. When self-doubt creeps in, counter it with action. Faith and persistence are antidotes to failure. If you wait until you feel ready, you will wait forever. Fear thrives in inaction. It magnifies problems that don't exist, but when you take action, fear diminishes. You prove to yourself that you are capable. When fear whispers that you'll fail, remind yourself that failure is part of learning. No one succeeds without falling. Every setback is a lesson. Every mistake is feedback. Every failure is a stepping stone toward mastery. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. Strengthen it daily. How? Read books that challenge your thinking. Engage in powerful conversations that push you beyond your comfort zone, and take moments of self-reflection to analyze your progress. Guard your mind like a fortress. Be mindful of what you consume, not just food, but information, thoughts, and beliefs. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, not drain you, because once you master your mind, the world no longer dictates your success. You do. Your life is a direct reflection of your mindset. If you want to change your life, change your thoughts first. Train your mind to see opportunity where others see obstacles. Train your mind to take responsibility rather than blame. Train your mind to persist rather than quit. As the great lesson goes, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And when you do, success will not just be possible, it will be inevitable. Rule 2, build unbreakable discipline. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is unstoppable. Too many people wait for the right mood or the perfect moment to take action, but the successful ones, they move forward regardless of how they feel. They know that relying on motivation is like waiting for the wind to push them forward. It's unpredictable, fleeting, and inconsistent. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's the invisible force that pushes you out of bed when your body craves more sleep. It's the unwavering commitment that takes you to the gym even when every muscle protests. It's the quiet dedication that drives you to work hard even when there's no one around to applaud your efforts. Discipline is the bridge between intention and execution, and those who master it become unstoppable. The secret? Make discipline a habit, not an option. When you train your mind to act regardless of how you feel, you eliminate the need for motivation. Instead of asking yourself, do I feel like doing this? You decide this is simply what I do. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It comes from consistency. It's not about working hard when you feel inspired. It's about working hard every single day. Set clear non-negotiables, things you will do no matter what. Whether it's waking up at a set time, exercising daily, or dedicating a portion of your day to learning, these commitments must become part of your identity. You don't skip them. You don't negotiate with yourself. They are simply who you are. Train your willpower like a muscle. Just as physical strength grows through resistance, mental strength grows through discomfort. Start small. Make your bed every morning. Read 10 pages of a book. Take a cold shower. These tiny acts of discipline compound over time, rewiring your brain to take control rather than be controlled by fleeting emotions. Once you master the small things, you can level up, taking on bigger challenges, setting higher standards, and pushing beyond your previous limits. Over time, discipline stops being something you do. It becomes who you are. It becomes your identity. When others falter because they don't feel like it, you keep going. When motivation fails, you remain unshaken. And when challenges arise, you don't shrink back, you step forward. The truth is, an unbreakable discipline makes you unstoppable. When you cultivate this relentless drive, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way. Dreams don't become reality through wishful thinking. They are forged through unwavering discipline, day after day, action after action. And that is how you win. Rule 3. Set goals that cure you. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. They offer safety, familiarity, and predictability, but they also suffocate growth. If you never push beyond what is comfortable, you will never reach what is possible. True success demands that you step into discomfort, embrace uncertainty, and challenge yourself in ways that force you to evolve. You have to set goals so big they make you a little nervous, because that means they're stretching you beyond your limits. Growth doesn't happen within the walls of familiarity. It happens in the unknown, where doubt and fear creep in. The problem is, most people set small goals because they are afraid of failing. They seek certainty and control. But in doing so, they stunt their own potential. But here's the truth. Failing is inevitable. No matter how small or safe your goals are, you will face setbacks. Playing small doesn't protect you from failure, it guarantees it. If you refuse to take risks, you fail by default, because you never even try. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who avoid failure, but the ones who use it as fuel. If your goals don't challenge you, they won't change you. Growth demands resistance, and real progress is forged in struggle. Set clear, measurable targets, ones that push you beyond your comfort zone. Write them down, break them into actionable steps. Make your goals tangible so that they are not just dreams, but blueprints for success. And most importantly, commit to them. No, I'll try. No, maybe someday. These words leave room for hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. Make the decision that your goals are non-negotiable. Success is not reserved for those who are the most talented. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is not intelligence, luck, or privilege. It's persistence. Decide that failure is not an excuse to quit, but a stepping stone to progress. Every setback is a lesson. Every mistake is data. Every stumble is an opportunity to get back up stronger. The most successful people in the world are not those who never fail. They are those who fail over and over again and refuse to stop. Dream bigger than you ever have before. Set goals that feel just beyond your reach. Then chase them relentlessly. Stretch yourself beyond what you thought was possible. Step outside your comfort zone. Embrace the unknown and commit fully. That is where success is born. Rule 4. Stop seeking approval. Too many people live for validation. They hesitate, they hold back, and they silence their own potential just to avoid judgment. They measure their worth by the opinions of others, seeking approval before daring to take action. But let me tell you something. The moment you stop caring about what others think, you become free. The truth is, people will judge you no matter what you do. Whether you play it safe or take bold risks, someone will always have an opinion. Some will praise you, others will criticize you, and many won't even understand you. But here's the key. Their judgments have nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Their opinions are shaped by their fears, their insecurities, and their limitations, so why let their words dictate your life? The only voice that truly matters is the one inside your head. If you constantly seek external validation, you will never know what it means to truly live. You will be trapped, forever adjusting yourself to fit someone else's expectations. But when you start listening to your own voice, when you trust yourself above all else, that's when you gain real power. Live according to your values. Define what matters to you and refuse to compromise on it. Stop trying to be liked by everyone. Instead, focus on being true to yourself. The right people, the ones who truly matter, will respect you for your authenticity. And those who don't, they were never meant to be part of your journey anyway. Follow your own vision. The greatest minds in history were often misunderstood. They were ridiculed, doubted, and dismissed. But they didn't stop. They didn't shrink themselves to fit into the expectations of others. They had a vision, and they pursued it relentlessly. Be one of those people. Trust in your path, even if no one else sees it yet. Do what sets your soul on fire, even if no one else understands. Passion is a rare and powerful force, and it cannot be dimmed by the doubts of others. If something excites you, fuels you, and makes you feel alive, chase it. Ignore the noise, drown out the doubts. You don't need permission to live the life you want, because in the end, the regret of not living your truth will always hurt more than the judgment of others. Years from now, you won't remember the opinions that held you back. You will only feel the weight of the chances you didn't take. So stop hesitating. Stop seeking validation. Be unapologetically yourself and let the world adjust. Rule 5, EMBR. Ask the struggle. No one ever became great without facing adversity. Yet most people see struggle as a sign to quit, a reason to turn back, an excuse to stay comfortable. The truth? Struggle is proof that you are growing. It is the fire that forges resilience, the storm that strengthens your foundation, the test that determines your worthiness. Every challenge you face is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Growth does not come from ease, it comes from pushing through discomfort. When life tests you, it is not trying to break you, it is trying to make you. Struggles refine your character, discipline your mind, and fortify your will. They teach you what comfort never could: perseverance, adaptability, and inner strength. Every setback is teaching you something. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the process. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than most have even tried. They did not quit when things got hard. They did not allow temporary defeat to define them. Instead, they studied their failures, extracted wisdom from them, and came back stronger. That is the mindset of a champion. Every hardship is an opportunity to rise stronger. Most people avoid discomfort, seeking the easiest route. But the path of least resistance leads nowhere worth going. True achievement requires struggle. The most significant victories in life are reserved for those who are willing to endure, to keep moving forward when everything in them screams to stop. Those who win are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are simply the ones who refuse to give up. Stop running from difficulties, embrace them, learn from them, use them as fuel. See struggle not as an obstacle, but as the very thing that will elevate you. The pain, the frustration, the exhaustion, it is all part of the journey. Every time you push through, you become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. The path to success isn't easy, but that's what makes it worth it. If success were simple, everyone would have it. The struggle weeds out those who are not truly committed. It separates the dreamers from the doers, the wishful thinkers from the relentless warriors. And when you finally reach your goal, knowing how much you endured to get there, victory will taste even sweeter. When you stop fearing the struggle and start embracing it, nothing can break you. Hardships will come, but they will not defeat you. Challenges will arise, but they will not stop you, because you have learned that struggle is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally. Rule 6. Remove toxic people. Your environment shapes your success. The people you spend time with, the energy you absorb, and the standards you accept all influence your potential. If you surround yourself with lazy, negative, and uninspired individuals, their mindset will seep into yours. Whether you realize it or not, their habits, attitudes, and limitations will shape your own. But when you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and driven individuals, you will elevate to their level. High achievers expect more of themselves, and being around them forces you to level up. Their mindset, work ethic, and discipline become contagious. They challenge you, push you, and make you better. Success is not just about talent or luck. It's about the environment you immerse yourself in. Audit your circle. Take a hard look at the people in your life. Do they inspire you or drain you? Do they challenge you to grow or keep you comfortable? The truth is, not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Some people are anchors, holding you back with their doubts, excuses, and negativity. Others are engines, propelling you forward with their belief, ambition, and relentless drive. Cut out the ones who drain your energy. This is not about being ruthless or heartless. It's about protecting your future. You cannot afford to let small-minded people keep you from big opportunities. You cannot allow toxic relationships to poison your mindset. Distance yourself from those who don't believe in you, who mock your dreams, or who make you feel like your goals are unrealistic. Your future is too important to be influenced by the wrong people. Every conversation, every interaction, every connection either strengthens or weakens your resolve. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who make you better, who challenge you to aim higher, and who hold you accountable to your own greatness. Your circle should reflect where you want to go, not where you've been, because the company you keep will either push you toward greatness or pull you away from it. It's that simple. If you want success, position yourself in an environment that breeds it. Seek out mentors, role models, and peers who align with your vision. Learn from those who have achieved what you aspire to. Raise your standards, elevate your circle, and most importantly, be the kind of person others want to elevate with. You are the sum of the people around you. Make sure that sum adds up to greatness. Rule 7. Master the art of focused distraction is the ruin of ambition. In this age, men and women squander precious hours in idle amusement, lost in frivolous diversions that dull the mind and weaken the spirit. Instead of diligent labor, they indulge in gossip and meaningless pastimes, failing to grasp that every moment frittered away is an opportunity forsaken. The truth remains unchanged. Great achievement is not merely a matter of natural ability, but of unwavering concentration. Those who harness their attention with discipline shall carve their destiny. The industrious man understands this well. He knows that steadfast toil is the foundation of prosperity. He guards his time with great care, for he recognizes that every needless distraction robs him of his future. He does not permit himself to be waylaid by trivialities. Instead, he cultivates an environment of industry and determination, free from the idle chatter and indulgences that lead to ruin. One must train oneself to shut out distractions. In a world full of temptations, the wise man remains firm. He does not fritter away his time in the company of the idle or waste his evenings in senseless amusements. He rises early, sets his tasks before him, and commits to his work with earnestness. Those who master this skill will always surpass those who succumb to idleness. Guard your hours with discipline. If you do not, the demands of others will consume them for you. Time is the most valuable resource a man possesses. He must use it wisely. Dedicate portions of the day to uninterrupted labor, and do not permit anything to intrude. Learn to refuse distractions, unnecessary obligations, and any pursuit that does not further your aims. Every moment given to frivolity is a moment stolen from progress. When you labor, do so with vigor. Half-hearted effort leads to nothing of substance. Disperse with the notion of dividing your attention. Such folly only leads to carelessness. Apply yourself wholly to the task at hand, be it in business, in the home, or in the betterment of mind and body. The most accomplished men are those who lend their entire focus to their endeavors, unswayed by trivial diversion. Where the mind is fixed, results shall follow. A man who devotes himself to distractions will reap only regret, while he who fixes his gaze upon industry and self-improvement shall find success. The mind, when disciplined, is the greatest instrument of progress. Use it wisely. Master your focus, and you shall master your fate. Great men do not scatter their efforts in all directions. They channel their energies with precision. Banish folly, sharpen your thoughts, commit wholly to your purpose. In a world of wasted hours, the man of diligence shall always rise above. Rule 8, develop relentless self-belief. The world will cast doubt upon you. People will declare that you lack the ability, that you are unworthy of success. But their words hold no power unless you grant them weight. The strongest force in your life is self-belief. For if a man does not believe in himself, how can he expect others to do so? A man must train his mind to silence the voice of doubt. In moments of trial, he must stand firm, recalling his strengths rather than dwelling on his weaknesses. He must remind himself of past victories, however small, and let them serve as evidence of his capability. The words he speaks to himself must be those of power and certainty, for a man's thoughts shape his destiny. When the world declares you cannot, let your actions proclaim, I shall. The doubters, the skeptics, the naysayers, they are merely background noise in the grand march of progress. History has shown that the men who achieve greatness are those who disregard the ridicule of the crowd and press forward with unwavering conviction. Confidence is not arrogance. It is the quiet assurance that one is prepared for the challenges ahead. It is the inner steel that allows a man to stand tall even in the face of adversity. The truly confident do not boast of their abilities. They prove them. They do not seek validation from others, for they know their worth is not determined by outside approval, but by the strength of their own will. A man must cultivate this unshakable belief. He must guard it as one would guard a great treasure, for it is the foundation upon which all success is built. He must remind himself daily that he is capable, that he is worthy, and that he is forging his own path. The world has never rewarded those who shrink in the face of doubt. It is the bold, the resolute, and the steadfast who carve their names into history, and once a man has developed this unyielding faith in himself, no force, be it hardship, opposition, or failure, can deter him from his course. Believe in yourself, and the world will follow, but hesitate, and it will pass you by. Stand firm in your convictions. Hold your head high and move forward with the certainty that you are destined for great things. For it is not the approval of others that determines your fate. It is the strength of your own belief. Rule 9. Take massive action. Ideas by themselves hold no value. A man may dream, may plan, may envision grand possibilities, but without action, they remain nothing more than idle fantasies. Too many men sit and wait for the perfect time to begin, but the hard truth is this: there is no perfect time, only wasted time. The longer a man hesitates, the further his dreams drift beyond his grasp. The world does not reward the thinker who does not act. It does not grant fortune to those who linger in hesitation. Overthinking is the enemy of progress, and excuses are the refuge of the weak. A man may fill his mind with knowledge, but if he does not apply it, he remains stagnant. It is not the one with the best ideas who succeeds, but the one who dares to act upon them. A man must seize the moment, for opportunity does not linger. Fortune favors the bold, not the idle. He must take risks, embrace failure, and learn from every misstep. Mistakes are not signs of incompetence, but stepping stones toward mastery. He who never errs has never tried, and he who never tries shall never succeed. A man who fears failure more than stagnation will find himself forever bound in mediocrity. Confidence is not given, it is built, and it is built through action. No man has ever gained strength by watching another toil. No man has ever become skilled by merely imagining success. The craftsman refines his art through labor, the warrior sharpens his skill through battle, and the leader rises by making difficult decisions. The more one does, the more one grows. Strength is forged in effort, and wisdom is gained in experience. Let no man deceive himself with false comforts. The path of greatness is walked by those who dare to take the first step before they feel ready. It is not the cautious planner waiting for the stars to align who commands his fate. It is the man who acts, who learns, who adapts, and who presses forward despite uncertainty. The world belongs to the doers, not the dreamers. So cast aside your doubts. Abandon the notion that another day, another hour, or another moment will serve you better than this one. The greatest men in history did not wait. They took the leap. They began before they were ready, learnt along the way, and pressed forward with relentless determination. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Act now. There is no road to success paved with inaction. The only path forward is built by the steps you take today. Move swiftly, move boldly, and let no force deter you from your course. For it is not the man who waits, but the man who moves who shapes his destiny. Rule 10. Never stop growing. There is no finish line in self-improvement. A man does not reach a point where he has learned all there is to know, nor does he arrive at a station where further growth is unnecessary. The moment he ceases to learn, he begins to decline. Stagnation is the slow death of potential, and complacency is the enemy of progress. A man must commit himself to lifelong improvement, for true success is not a destination, but an unending journey. Growth is the duty of every man who seeks excellence. He must nourish his mind as he would his body, for the intellect, if left unfed, withers like an untended field. Learn new skills, for the man who ceases to improve himself is unfit to meet the demands of the world. Comfort is a sedative that lulls the weak into mediocrity, but the strong remain ever restless, ever reaching for greater heights. A man must challenge himself. He must not shrink from hardship, for struggle is the fire that tempers the soul. He must not accept good enough, for good enough is the refuge of those who fear greatness. There is no pride in remaining the same year after year, no honor in refusing to push beyond one's limits. The man who does not challenge himself is doomed to a life of unrealized potential. The greatest investment a man will ever make is in himself. Gold and riches may be gained and lost, but the mind, once sharpened, remains a tool of limitless value. Knowledge, discipline, and skill, these are the true measures of a man's wealth. He who invests in his own growth secures for himself a future of strength and opportunity. Success is not about reaching a final destination. It is about continuous evolution. The wise man understands that no summit marks the end of his journey, for beyond every peak lies another yet to be conquered. The pursuit of excellence is a lifelong endeavor, and those who embrace it never find themselves idle or aimless. So stay hungry. Let no day pass without learning something new, without stretching your abilities, without strengthening your mind. Stay curious. Seek wisdom in every experience. Draw lessons from every failure, and cultivate the mind as a farmer tends his crops. Commit to becoming a little better every single day. The years will pass whether a man strives or stands still, but only those who strive will look back upon their lives with satisfaction, because in the end, the person you become is your greatest achievement. No fortune, no title, no acclaim will ever surpass the worth of a mind sharpened by discipline and a spirit forged through growth.